Hello, Joe here from Infiniti of Tacoma. Today I'm going to tell you about this gorgeous 2017 Infiniti QX80, our largest vehicle. It's a full-size luxury SUV. It's also our flagship vehicle as well, not only being the largest, but the most expensive. When this one was new, we have the original build sheet on it. It had an MSRP of $77,085. Very nicely equipped with features. Luckily on the pre-owned market, you're not going to pay anywhere near that price. The nice thing about being an Infiniti dealership is we can get build sheets on these, so it's very important when you're doing your shopping for a QX80 that you make sure you're comparing apples to apples, because this one comes with a base MSRP of $66,950, but when you add in all those options, it inflates to $77,085. So that's about $10,000 in equipment. So obviously there can be a difference between a base one and one like this. So you have to just make sure you're comparing apples to apples, because a lot of these features are probably features that are important to a lot of people considering a vehicle like this. For instance, we have the driver assistance package. That was a $2,900 option package. That gives you a lot of important safety features like backup collision intervention. So if you're backing up, a vehicle crosses your path, or a pedestrian walks behind you, it will automatically hit the brakes as well as warn you. Then we have blind spot warning and blind spot intervention. So that doesn't just warn you, but if there is a vehicle in your blind spot and you try changing lanes, it will gently steer you back in your lane so you don't merge into that person. Then we have adaptive cruise control. We have distance control assist. We have lane departure prevention and lane departure warning. So again, if you do start veering out of your lane, it won't just warn you, it will actually gently steer you back in your lane. So that's another important safety feature. Forward emergency braking with pedestrian detection, predictive forward collision warning, and steering wheel switch for safety shield technology. So then they have this button to the steering wheel, so it allows you to pull up some of your safety features onto the gauge cluster and manage those versus having to dig through the settings menu. It gives you a little bit easier access to those safety features. Going on to the other features, this has the theater package. That was a $2,400 option package. That gives you dual screens in the headrests. You also get wireless headphones and a remote. You have auxiliary audio input jacks, so you can hook up a video game system if you wanted to as well. Then you have a conventional 120 volt power outlet like you'd find in your house. So if you do want to bring in your gaming console, you can just plug it right into that. Heated second row seats for outbound passengers on the second row. Then remote tip up of second row seats for easy third row access. Then we have this beautiful 22-inch wheel and tire package. That was a $2,800 option, and they use a really high quality wheel. 20-inch wheels are stock, but I can tell you those 22-inch wheels really makes this QX80 pop. It's kind of amazing how dramatic difference a wheel and tire package can make with a vehicle. Sometimes it can really make the whole vehicle come together just by having a really nice set of wheels and tires, which this one does. Then we have the split bench seat. So normally captain's chairs are standard, which are nice, but the perks of having a split bench seat like this one has is the seats fold completely flat. With the captain's chairs, you do have a center console, so if the seat's folded down, that center console actually sits a little bit higher than when the second row is folded down, so it's not completely flush. It's making it a little bit difficult if you want to carry a bunch of stuff. And also with the split bench seat, you can sit 3 across versus just 2 across, so you can seat 8 people in this one with the split bench versus 7 passengers with the captain's chairs. So that's no cost feature. Some people want the captain's chair, some people want the split bench seat. It's all personal preference and lifestyles. Roof rail crossbars, Infiniti radiant illuminated kick plates are some other features. Beautiful wood trim throughout the interior, nice leather seats, moonroof, great sounding Bose audio system. Of course, it's going to have navigation. This one has a 360-degree around view camera, making parallel parking and maneuvering in tight situations very easy. A power adjustable steering wheel that tilts and telescopes, and the steering wheel is also heated. Really nice color combination and graphite on black leather. And look at those beautiful 22-inch wheels. These things are gorgeous, and you can look at pictures of QX80s that have the stark 20-inch wheels, and with these 22-inch wheels, it's really a big visual difference. If I was going to get one of these, I'd definitely want to have it with a 22-inch wheel and tire package on it. There are the screens for the rear entertainment system, heated outbound second row seats. As you can see, we have a power liftgate. Third row seats are power folding. So you have those buttons there, and there's also a button over there so the third row seat passengers, they can power adjust their seat backs as well. Underneath this plastic cover is a tow hitch. When properly equipped, the QX80 can tow right around 8,500 pounds. Great for towing or going off-road. The QX80 is built on truck-based body-on-frame architecture, which is a little bit better for doing heavier duty things like towing, a boat, travel trailer, or going off-road. Crossover SUVs are very popular these days for good reasons. They are more efficient, they're lighter, they handle and perform a lot more like a car, but basically they're just cars and trucks clothing, where you have a vehicle like this, QX80, that is a truck-based SUV. So if you do want to tow, you do want to do some off-roading, obviously this is something you're not going to do rock crawling in like a Jeep Wrangler, but it is actually a very capable off-road vehicle. So if that's kind of where you're gearing towards in your lifestyle, you definitely want to consider a body-on-frame full-size SUV like this QX80. The heart of the QX80 is this amazing 5.6 liter direct injection V8. It makes 400 horsepower. And feedback I often get from a lot of customers who drive these things, it is a full-size SUV, it is big on the outside, but the Infiniti engineers, they do a good job setting up the suspension, the steering on this QX80. So when you get behind the wheel and you start driving it, all that weight kind of tends to disappear, and it actually feels a lot nimbler and smaller than it really is. So it's actually pretty fun to drive. You'll kind of be impressed by how well a big truck like this can handle, but it handles really great, and it also has excellent acceleration. As you can imagine, with a 400 horsepower V8, it's pretty quick as far as acceleration goes. So if you're in the market for a full-size SUV, the QX80 is a great choice, and it's one of the few full-size luxury SUVs you can get these days that's actually built and assembled in Japan. A lot of people value that Japanese build quality, and honestly, not all Japanese brands these days are built in Japan, but the QX80 still is. And if you're ever curious whether your car is made in Japan or not, you can always just look at the VIN number. If it starts with a J, that means it was built in Japan. If you're in the market for a QX80 or a full-size luxury SUV in general, check this one out. I think you'll be very impressed. It's one of my favorite Infinitis, and I've been in Infiniti 15 years. I absolutely love it. I think you will too. Thanks for watching, and we hope to see you soon.